Today's episode is titled, and of course I have my notes, Healing Made Me Mean at First. So we're gonna take a nice deep look into why healing can make you so angry and so frustrated and just like top tier mean at first. Obviously, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading off my notes because I forget. Anyways, so how healing made me angry during like deep times of transformation and undergoing that healing process and breaking away from like those old traumatic wounds and that old baggage and that nasty energy that you don't even want. I was so mean. I was cutthroat. Woke up mad as hell. Woke up, if someone was breathing next to me, I was pissed off. I was like, they're gonna ruin my day. They're not safe. They're not good people. Like, that was the kind of energy I was walking around with. Like, I was literally just this ball of anger walking around the place. And no wonder why people were looking at me sideways. Like, I was just fuming all the time. Like, I was always so angry and so frustrated and always ready to confront anybody who tried to step towards me. And all that anger and deep frustration that I was projecting onto other people was actually just my brain kind of remembering why we healed in the first place, because we don't want to get hurt again. And all that anger was just the projection of protecting myself and making sure that no one could shut me down again, or no one can make me feel voiceless again, and no one could hurt me again. No one could say things that hurt me and I just don't say anything back. That's where that anger came from. That anger from losing my voice and losing who I was, losing my power, and not letting myself speak up, not advocating for myself. And that rage that I felt for a good plenty of months after my intensive therapy, wow, that was just a journey. That was something I wanted to navigate on my own. I didn't want to go into therapy again for something like that. I just wanted to figure that out on my own. I honestly, during that time of being so angry and so frustrated with people and just closing doors left, right, and center and just hurting people back, like, I didn't even realize I was in this state of anger and just this negative ass energy. Like, I was literally hovering around this world with that kind of crazy energy. When I look back, I'm just like, damn, like, you know, but hey, I gotta give myself grace and understanding. Like, this whole entire healing thing is such a process, and just give it a day at a time. When I first kind of realized that I was way too emotionally dysregulated and was just I was just not myself. You know, I'm usually a very kind person. I can be very kind and empathetic and caring, and I love to care for people. And I think I just lost touch with that like soft side of myself, and I was just very, I guess it was more so like this masculine energy, just very like rigid, and that resentment and that pain. And yeah, it was not fair to myself, and obviously not fair to anyone that I encountered during those months, because it was like I was on my cycle every single day. Oh my God, I was so mean. I keep thinking about like, oh my God. Anyway, obviously I realized that it wasn't healthy, and obviously I took the steps to figure out what I could do to balance myself out again. I started to, first of all, I started with myself. I started to look in to see like why I was so angry and why I was so ready to defend myself so quickly. And obviously it's coming from the, you know, not having a voice and this, that, and the third, like I explained earlier. And when I realized that, I saw this topic when I was searching up, like, Google is your best friend, okay? If you're trying to if you're going through something and you need help figuring out and you don't want to go to therapy and spend like 100 and whatever bucks, go to Google. obviously be smart about it and don't just like pick out whatever information that you see at first. Like, you know, when you have a pain in your left arm and Google says you have cancer in your brain and your cells, like, that's not what I mean. Anyways, I use Google to try and figure out like, where is this anger coming from and how can I fix that? And I read this article. It was about how the inner child is protecting you. Your brain is protecting you. That inner child is protecting you because you finally have gotten to this state of being where you've healed and you want to hold on to that healed version of yourself. You don't want anyone to stomp on it or hurt it ever again. So that inner child comes out and protects the out. Then learning about that, I decided to give myself a little more grace and understanding as to why I was just so cruel for so many months, and I felt miserable. I was not happy being this mean person. Like, it's just not who I am. And I was learning how to place boundaries instead of just direct confrontation, cutthroat, mean energy. You know, like, healthy boundaries are okay. And I was also reteaching myself that not every person I encounter is out to get me. Not every person that I talk to is going to be mean to me. It's like I had to let myself come back to reality and realize I can't control other people's emotions and feelings towards me, but what I can do is just regulate myself. I can control myself and my emotions, and if someone else feels some type of way against me, I don't need to counterfeit that with anger or this rigid rage, you know, to kind of like help the pain, I guess, or help defend myself. All I can do is just be cool, calm, collected within myself. And if that person has an issue or if that person is being mean to me, I leave that with God, the universe. That ain't my situation no more. I can't control that. And when I started honoring that and affirming that within myself and letting myself believe that, to just trust myself and to not be so controlling of the situation and not control things with your emotions. And it's like being like in that phase of healing, you feel so raw and so vulnerable because you're still discovering, like, it's kind of like a new part of yourself, because it's like for so long you were in this shell of, you know, insecurities and trauma and like this cage of this person who had to be this person because they didn't know what else to be. They had to be this person to protect themselves and protect their energy, protect their mental, whatever they could do, I guess, to survive. And then breaking out of that survival cage, whatever, it's like you're this new person, you're raw. It's like it's new. You now get to set boundaries, and you know how to set boundaries. You now care for yourself a lot more than you have before. You start to have a lot more respect for yourself and what you will tolerate and will not tolerate. And it's just crazy, like, looking back at that now and being where I am today. Honestly, I just got tired of being angry all the time. It was so draining for me, so I just decided to continue to give myself grace, to just breathe in whatever tense emotion that I had felt, whatever anger I had felt, or that inner child that's coming out. Like, I would just literally give myself a few seconds to just breathe. It's okay. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Until I was calm, you know, I would literally direct my mind to somewhere else, and I would also think about more positive feelings. Like, instead of, why is this person being like this? They're being so stupid. You know, I'd be like, okay, well, sometimes people think differently. You know, like, I'd switch it up in my brain instead of being so like agitated and, you know, just quick to being so angry. And yeah. I don't know, after that healing process and being angry, it was like this self-righteous kind of thing. I don't know what it was. I thought I was better than everyone because I went to therapy and I was healing, and therefore everyone else is not as good as I am, and no one else is self-aware, and you know, that kind of egotistical energy. And stepping out of that, letting go of that ego, letting go of that like self-righteous whatever the fuck that was. Oh man, y'all, this healing shit for me has been such a crazy transformation. I have turned into so many people trying to be the person that I am today, and it's just like, you really just got to give yourself grace. You really just have to see things from a different perspective too, and just to allow yourself to understand that this is everyone's first time living too. This is everyone's first experience within their body, within this timeline, within whatever the fuck. Like, everyone is doing their thing, they're doing their best, they're doing their best, the best that they can right now. And that's all you can do, and let that shit go, right? It's like, there's no comparison. It's just, it's okay. You're not gonna fuck up my day. You're not gonna ruin my day, because why would I allow that? Why would I allow that energy? Well, yeah, I did a lot of yapping. I hope some of this was relatable or helpful, but essentially just reflecting. Just go back into yourself and figure out why you're so angry, and when you realize that it's your inner child who is protecting you, start giving yourself more grace. Start allowing yourself to, yes, you can experience what you need to experience emotionally, but it's also allowing yourself to let that anger go, because you don't want to keep this pent up, angry, emotional thing just living inside of you. You don't want that. And then also, yes, people hurt you in the past, but it doesn't mean that all people are the same. Not all people are here to get you. Not all people are evil. Not all people are unkind or will hurt you the way that you were hurt before. Not all people are like that. And for the people who did do that to you, sure, it is always best to forgive. I never fucking forget. I forgive for sure, but I never fucking forget. But I also see it from a different perspective. They did the best they could. 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 I know I would never do crazy fucked up shit that happened to me to anyone, but some people don't know any better, and some people are just not like me, who will not choose to do terrible things to people. And I just have to accept that. That's just how the world is, right? And essentially, that is it. Just seeing different perspectives on both sides, giving yourself grace, speaking to yourself kindly, even when you are experiencing this anger, this rigid emotion, and being so ready to be confrontational towards people. Talk to yourself kindly. It's like, I understand you're going through this, but it's like, not all people are evil, not all people are gonna hurt me, and that is okay. And learning to accept that within yourself, and learning to accept that there are good people in this world, that you deserve good things too, you know? And honestly, yeah, to start closing up this video, I hope that whatever you found in this video was somewhat helpful, relatable, like I was saying. And just to remember, like, you don't always have to be angry forever. You don't always have to be protecting yourself. You don't always have to be rigid and making sure that your guards are up to make sure that no one hurts you again. That's such an exhausting way of living. You know, remind yourself that not all people are bad people. Remind yourself that you deserve good things. You deserve for good people to treat you good. You deserve good things, and just allow that, embrace it, and embrace it for yourself. Give that to yourself too. Give yourself that love that you need, that extra reassurance that you need to be able to just float through life, man. And I know some people are like, oh, but trust, when you start just kind of dropping your guard down and just letting shit happen the way it's supposed to and letting things flow how it's supposed to, it gets so much easier. It just gets so much easier. You start trusting yourself, you start trusting the universe or God or whatever you want to believe in, whoever you believe in, and everything just starts working out how it's supposed to. Everything becomes more magnetic, more abundant. Everything just starts working out beautifully. And that is the end of our quick, cute podcast yap session. I am your host, Jane Marie. Don't mind my mannerisms. I am the way I am. Please leave me alone. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next episode. Please like, subscribe. That would be great too.